figure out pretty quickly that I'm not originally from here. I'm originally from Australia, but I've been living here in Canada now for the last 3 years, here in Ottawa. And you know, the thing I've discovered since moving to Canada is that Canadians are fascinated by Australian animals. It's almost the first thing I get asked every time I talk to somebody new is about the animals in Australia. And to be honest, I don't mind talking about animals because all of my books are about animals. So I love animals too. And you'll see I always write about animals and I always draw animals. And I was trying to figure out why I keep writing animal stories rather than people stories. And I think part of it is to do with the house that I grew up in when I was a kid. Now I grew up in a not very typical house. It was a house my dad built, and he was a bit of a dreamer. So he bought a piece of property by the beach on a cliff, and instead of building the house on top of the cliff, he built the house into the side of the cliff. So it's kind of like an eco house, and it's got grass on the roof. And would you believe that sometimes I had to say to my friends that I couldn't go out with them on the weekend because I had to stay home and mow the roof with our ride-on mower. But the animals in the area were pretty confused about this house because it didn't look like a people house, it looked more like an animal house. So a lot of animals kind of moved into the house and lived in there with us. So in the kitchen, on top of the dishwasher, was a family of frogs. And at night we'd fill up the kitchen sink so they had somewhere to swim, and my bedroom was closest to the kitchen so I could hear them plopping and splashing throughout the night. And we had a little family of bats that lived down the back corridor, the entryway to our grass, and we had this beautiful sort of indoor plant area. And we had a snake that used to sleep in the computer paper box in the office that we called George. And one day George moved into the back corridors, the bats moved out, which was very sensible. And we had a bird-eating spider that lived in the front garden. And he used to sleep underneath a little statue there. And if we wanted to play in the front garden, we had to check that the spider was there, because if he wasn't there, he was somewhere else. And he could be anywhere else. And we had all sorts of things. We had wallabies and wombats and bandicoots. So as you can see, it's pretty understandable why I write about animals. So I'm starting to wonder what kind of lives you've all lived and the kind of things that you write about too. And I'll learn some of that today. So thank you.